The purpose of today, frankly, members, and let me also start off by congratulating everybody. And this is a big task that we have ahead of us. This is a constitutional mandate. This is something that we have to do, and I consider it an extreme honor to be able to chair this committee. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm very excited for the members who are on the committee, all of them, and looking forward to working with each and every one of you to make sure that this is a great product that comes out of this body. The purpose of today, frankly, is to give everyone on this committee a big picture perspective on redistricting in Florida. For today, we want to accomplish basically two things: to give you the kind of overview and the legal basics of redistricting, and also to look at a new portrait of Florida with the new findings that we have from the 2010 census. Next week and the week after, we are going to drill down further, frankly, into an effort to give you a firm footing and understanding on how this process actually works. And to do that, we expect the redistricting committees to meet probably sometime in both weeks, and week 8 and week 9, and we'll get you that information. But before we go any further, I'd like to make a few remarks to kind of set the tone, basically as what the speaker has called us to do here in this process for the next 12 months. And the first one, and the most important, is to follow the law. And you're going to hear this a lot. But members, it is my goal and my mission to make this process the most transparent and the most open process it has ever been. But most importantly is everything that we will do will also abide by the law and the regulations that we have set forth in the federal constitution, federal law, the state constitution, state law, and the rules of the House. We will do that, and we will do it in a good way. The next thing that we also want to focus on is we want to engage the public. We want to make sure, in having an open and transparent process, that we are engaging the public and getting feedback from them in a way that's never been done before. And we can do that through technology. We have the technology and we have the ability to crowdsource and to get information and feedback from citizens unlike we've ever done in the past. Because ultimately, what we want, frankly, is for the public to start the conversation. As opposed for us to say, well, here's what we want, here's what the legislature thinks. We want to engage the public and engage the citizens of our state and the voters of our state and give them the opportunity to start the conversation of what the district and what these maps should actually look like and how the members and the citizens of our state should be represented. This is going to be a very involved committee. It's going to require a lot of work and a lot of time and resources. And so I would urge every one of you to kind of gear up and be prepared for the effort that's going to be needed to go into this process. And if any of you have any reservations about the amount of work that it is going to take, please let me know now, because once we get started, this is going to be fast and furious, and a lot of work is going to be involved. The other thing is that our staff is here to work equally with everyone. They're here to work with the members of the minority party. They're here to work with the members of the majority party. But please know that they are under the exact same obligations that members are. They are to carry forth a legally compliant process. So do me a favor and do not ask them to do something they cannot do. And to that point, I also want to stress something that is very serious and something that I've already said about following the law. If you turn to tab A, which is in everyone has a packet here. If you turn to tab A, I'm going to read just a quick snippet here from the speaker's letter about serving on this committee and these committees. And it says this: as we begin the redistricting process, I would remind you that we will conduct this process in accordance with both the letter and the spirit of the law. Consequently, members should refrain from discussing their personal political ambitions, their personal district preferences, or the ambitions or preferences of other candidates or office holders with the chairman, the members, or the staff of the redistricting committee or the redistricting subcommittees. Members, I think that's pretty clear, but I would urge you to read that 3 or 4 times, have a very firm understanding of what that means, and make sure that you abide by it.